Winning. The thrill of victory and avoiding the agony of defeat begins by building a strong foundation. Create a mindset that helps you overcome obstacles and allows you to achieve greatness. This is Don Guyman for the win.
I'm Don Guyman, and this is another edition of For the Win. I'm currently reading the book The Hiding Place, written by Corrie ten Boom. Corrie and her family were Dutch watchmakers during World War II. As Christians, they lived their religion as they hid Jews as the Nazis were intent on exterminating 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm Don Guyman. This is another edition of For the Win. I'm currently reading the book The Hiding Place, written by Corrie ten Boom. Corrie and her family were Dutch watchmakers who were Christians during World War II. They took in Jews to hide them from the Nazis and put them in a hiding place in their home, hence the name of the book. When it was discovered, their family was taken to prison. The book talks about their experience hiding the Jews, as well as their experiences in prison. I was just reading about the experience of her and her sister Betsy as they were taken to a brand new concentration camp called Ravensbrück. Ravensbrück was awful, including a number of fleas that were so overwhelming. She said, "Here, and another one," I wailed. "Betsy, how can we live in such a place?" Show us how." It was said so matter-of-factly, it took me a second to realize that Betsy, her sister, was praying. More and more, the distinction between prayer and the rest of life seemed to be vanishing for Betsy. Betsy said to Corrie, "He's given us the answer." Before he asked, as he always does. In the Bible this morning, what was it? Read that part again. I glanced down the long, dim aisle to make sure no guard was in sight, then drew the Bible from its pouch. It was in 1 Thessalonians, I said. We were on our third complete reading of the New Testament. In the feeble light, I turned the pages. Here it is. Comfort the frightened. Help the weak. Be patient with everyone. See that none of you repays evil for evil, but always seek to do good to one another and to all. It seemed expressly written for Ravensbrück. Go on, said Betsy. That wasn't all. Oh, yes. To one another and to all rejoice. Always pray constantly. Give thanks in all circumstances, for this is the will of God in Christ Jesus. That's it, Corrie. That's his answer. Give thanks in all circumstances. So Betsy prayed. And this is what she said. Such as what you're holding in your hands. Be thankful for it. I looked at the Bible. Yes, thank you, dear Lord, that there was no inspection when we entered here. Thank you for all the women here in this room who will meet you in these pages. Yes, said Betsy. Thank you for the crowding in here. Since we're so packed so close that many more will hear. She looked at me expectantly. Corrie, she prodded. Oh, all right. Thank you for the jammed, crammed, stuffed, packed, suffocating crowds. Thank you, Betsy went on serenely. For the fleas and the fleas, this was too much. Betsy, there's no way even God can make me grateful for a flea. Give thanks in all circumstances, she quoted. It doesn't say in pleasant circumstances. Fleas are part of this place where God has put us. And so he stood between pairs of bunks and gave thanks for the fleas. But this time, I was sure Betsy was wrong. A short while later, her sister Betsy got sick and couldn't do the outdoor labor, so they put her into a large room doing knitting. As they were knitting socks and having difficulty determining sizes, they wanted to get their German guard's opinion. But it was discovered that the guards and the other individuals of the Germans wouldn't come into this large room where Betsy was. The reason they wouldn't come in was because of the fleas, giving those individuals in that hectic, terrible environment a moment of peace. Are we grateful for everything in all circumstances? Do we take time throughout the day to give thanks? Be grateful for everything in our lives, even our trials, because our trials make us better. When the trials are done, we have learned valuable lessons and are better people, just as Corrie and her sister Betsy. This is Don Guyman, And this has been For the Win.